princess. Now, she wasn't the kind of princess who would sit in the parlour sewing with the Queen. She was more likely to be in the counting house with the king. But mostly, she loved to go walking in the woods. Even better, climbing trees. Sometimes she would take a net and chase after butterflies, never with the intention of catching them, just for the fun of the chase and to watch these beautiful creatures as they floated through the trees. She often stood still and listened to the birds singing. Well, one day when she was out walking in the woods, she heard an unusual sound. And she thought someone was in distress. She went to look behind a tree and she couldn't believe her eyes. It was a dragon, and the dragon was crying. "What's the matter, dragon?" said the princess. "Nobody likes me. I haven't got any friends." Oh, well, the princess felt very sorry for the dragon, and she said, "Don't worry, dragon. I'll be your friend." "Oh, yeah," said the dragon. "Oh, that would be rare. I'd like that a lot." "Well, you come with me. I'll introduce you to my family." So off went the princess and the dragon up to the castle. Well, first they went to see the king, who was in his counting house, counting out his money. And the princess said, Dad, look, I've got a new friend." And in came the dragon. And the dragon, very polite, opened his mouth to say hello. But unfortunately, out shot a great big fiery flame and burned a whole pile of the king's £50 notes. "Get that dragon out of here," screamed the king. Well, the dragon was very upset. He said, I told you nobody likes me." The princess said, "Don't worry, dragon. Daddy's got plenty money. It won't be a problem. Let's go and see my mum, the Queen." Well, the Queen was in the parlour eating bread and honey, and she was very pleased with herself because she had just finished a beautiful tapestry. Now, I don't know if you know what a tapestry is, but it is a picture made by sewing threads and wool together. Oh, and the Queen had been working on this for months. She was very pleased. She had sewn a beautiful picture of the castle and the woods and the lake. Oh, it was gorgeous. And she was sitting there sipping her tea, feeling quite pleased with herself, when in walked the princess. And she says, Mum, look, I have a new friend, the dragon." And the dragon, being very polite, opened its mouth to say hello. And of course, out shot a great big fiery flame and burned a hole in the Queen's picture. "Get that dragon out of here!" squealed the Queen. And the dragon and the princess disappeared, and the dragon started to cry again. He said, "I told you nobody likes me." Well, the princess tried to console him, but he just kept crying. And she says, "I know what you need. You need some milk and cookies. Let's go to the kitchen and see what we can find." So they went down the stairs to the kitchen, and there was Cook. And Cook was taking a great big cake out of the oven. It was a very special cake for a very special occasion, and she was very proud of what she had produced. And she sat it there right on the table, just as the princess and the dragon came in. "Oh, Cookie, look, I have a new friend, the dragon." And of course, the dragon opened his mouth to say hello, and out shot that fiery flame and burned the cake to a crisp. Ooh! Well, the cook was not happy. She came running after them with her rolling pin. The dragon was crying again. It's a waste of time, Your Majesty. I think I better just go back to the woods and... No, no, no. Come with me. We'll figure something out, said the princess. And she took the dragon up to her room. Well, the dragon sat on her bed and felt sorry for himself. And the princess marched backwards and forwards with her thinking cap on. She thought and she thought and she thought, what can I do? He's not such a bad soul, really. Well, as the princess was thinking, in came the maid. And the maid could not get the fire to start. This was in the days when you had to use sticks and coal to get any heat. No electric central heating then. And the maid said, I'm sorry, Your Majesty, I can't get the fire to light. And then the princess had an idea. She whispered in the dragon's ear, and the dragon went, and he opened his mouth, and out shot that fiery flame, and whoosh went the fire. And from that day on, the dragon became the official fire starter for the castle. And I think they all lived happily ever after. I hope you enjoyed that story.